Hello everybody, this is DeanoGTO, and this is not one of my replays for the first time on the channel, and this game is played by Desire, and well, let's just say he's going to make most of my games look like shit. And yeah, this is a replay from a different patch, so I can't see his ammo loadout, which is annoying. And I don't have the 9.17 patch installed anymore, so I kind of deleted it a wee while ago, but this is a 9.17 patch. But I'm playing it in 9.17.1. I thought it would have been alright, but I guess not. And it's also kind of showing damage distance as 0 apparently. But yeah, this here is going to be a bit of a monster game because I've seen the result screens for this here, and this game is going to be a fucking monster of a game. And already he has killed a guy called Camper PL. That's kind of funny. But yeah, this tank, it's the Tiger 2. Everybody knows what the Tiger 2 looks like. Tiger 2 is a monster, and if you haven't noticed, he is King here and Tiger here, which is pretty clever actually, because I actually bought decals for this thing here, but I think I bought like, I did it years and years and years ago. I can't even remember which one I got. But yeah, it's a really cool looking tank. I think it's one of the best looking tanks in Mortal Tanks overall. Like, it's just such an awesome machine. And just in general, like, everybody likes the Tiger 2 because the Tiger 2 is just in general a really, really powerful tank, and its gun and all is fucking incredible. 365 damage, that's a nice roll. And yeah, ignore these things here, these things aren't working correctly, but you'll see the damage total at the end of this game. It's kind of mental. And he's against a T29 with a 90mm gun. It's not uncommon to see people firing full premium with the T29 and the standard 90mm. Some people actually use that as their top gun, just spam full premium, which is something I have come across before, and it's infuriating to fight against them when you have something with armor. But apparently that's what people who are obsessed with DPM do. But yeah, as you can see, that's the gun handling of the Tiger 2 there. Pretty much instant aiming time because the soft stats on this gun are really, really good. Bit of a dodgy shot there on the T54 Mod 1, but T54 Mod 1 has pretty much no hope of going up against a Tiger 2 frontally. I mean, the only place he could potentially pin is the cupola. I mean, like, the turret is angled, and because he's on a slope, it's actually better angled than it normally would be. That was really unlucky there, but then again, it's a Russian tank he was fighting against, so kind be expected. But yeah, so far, by the way, I should just say this is my first time watching this here, and so far he's doing pretty well. I've guessed probably about 1200 damage already. He's put 5 shots in. Like, it's kind of odd. This is counting the amount of shots he's fired, I think, and not the or the amount of shots that have done damage even. That's a bit of a dodgy play with that IS-3. Yeah. Oh, that's unlucky. He didn't do any damage. But he will reload the IS-3 every day of the week, which is something that's awesome. But oh no, no. Oh, thank fuck for that. I was about to say, please don't block a shot, because he could absolutely annihilate this IS-3 on his own right here, right now. And because, well, it's an IS-3 and it's the front armor of an IS-3, and yeah, T54 Mod 1 is going to take advantage, but it's more important to kill the IS-3 now than it is to kill the Mod 1. The Mod 1 is definitely the lesser threat. Killing the Tiger 2, or killing the IS-3 is the most important thing right now, so he is deliberately focusing the IS-3 down, because the IS-3 is easily the biggest threat here. The other Tiger 2 is on about a third of his health, so he's not that huge of a threat either. And yeah, and he's also just bounced a shot. So if he puts a shot into his tracks, that Tiger 2 will be pretty much dead. And see, T54 Mod 1s are annoying. Their armor is just good enough to bounce like 220 pen, just about. And it's a 180mm turret, I think, and there's like very limited areas you can actually pen it reliably with a 225 pen gun. If you hit it a little bit off the correct areas, then you will bounce. It's annoying as hell. But yeah, unlucky he couldn't get the last shot off on that guy. That was a really nice shot, putting the Tiger 2 on low health, and I think the VKA is probably going to finish him off. Yes, he is. And here comes a Super Pershing. Super Pershing could be a problem. It could. Oh, he has. Oh wow, he has Eagle Eye. I have not seen somebody use that in a long time. That's, if you don't know what that is, that's the perk that allows you to see the damage modules of enemy tanks whenever you've been aiming at them for long enough. I think it's like 2 seconds aiming at a tank, and then You get to see what modules are damaged on it. But yeah, if I had to guess, considering he has 3 marks of excellence on this tank, I'd guess his crew is probably a bit of a monster crew. But yeah, so far having a bit of a monster game. But his team is crumbling. His team is not doing very well, considering the amount of damage he has probably done. He's probably done over 3k damage, but at this point, because he completely annihilated IS3 for all of his health. T-51 Mod 1 is only a one-shot, and I think he's the one who's done most of the damage to him as well, so yeah, pretty much guaranteed to have done 3,000 damage at this point. Probably closer to 4,000 at this point. Like, that's insane. And now we're fighting the Tiger, or not Tiger, the Super Pershing. Good weak spot knowledge there, because, well, the Super Pershing can be annoying to fight if you don't know what you're doing. But this guy, Desire here, clearly knows what he's doing. Like, he is annihilating all that comes before him. It's just like, he is just like the unstoppable juggernaut at this point. Like, he's just like not able to be like killed, and he knew exactly when to fire at the Super Pershing there, because he exposed just a little too much of his side armor, and he knew he could pen through that there. So yeah, this Desire here is definitely a pretty knowledgeable player, and he's definitely been playing this game for a while, I guess. So yeah, it's just kind of annoying. I don't know what kind of ammo he's been using the entire time. All I do know is that if like the shots on the Tiger 2, I think it's like 1,000 credits a shot, so the ammo costs are probably going to be pretty high no matter what he does, because, well, as is the trade-off for the 105. You can use the 88. I've seen people use the 88 for the entire grind on this vehicle, but the 105 is definitely overall the superior gun, because the gun handling on it for the damage it does is fucking amazing. The gun handling on this tank is so underrated, because the gun handling is incredibly good. It makes the Luva look like a KV2. Yeah, Tiger 2 is boss. Yep, yes it is. The Tiger 2 is a monster of a tank. If you get it into a good position, the Tiger 2 is unstoppable. It'll annihilate everything it comes across. It is such a good tank, and when played by a good player like this, you can see why people fear the Tiger 2, even in tier 10s. Like, that was something I always adored about the Tiger 2 when I originally grinded it, was versus tier 10s. Oh wow, I'm guessing that was a HE round, because it was just like explosion whenever hit the vehicle. So I guess that was a HE round. And then there's another one of the Swedish TDs. This is played in 9.17, I believe, so that means that those vehicles are still pretty fresh at this point, so a lot of people are playing them. And let's see, so his team is winning, even though they seemed at the start to be doing their best to try and lose. But yeah, Desire here has basically carried this team. Like, I very rarely use the word carry, but this is a carry. He has just annihilated everything he has come across. It's amazing, like, how much damage he has managed to do in this game. Plus, he hasn't like been camping at any point in this game. He has been at the front line the entire time. He's still up until that point. He had like over 800 health, or no, just under 800 health. So yeah, this game has been. Oh wow, there's a Borsig right over there with a Hellcat as well. Yeah, personally, I was going to say I would probably have focused on the Borsig from this point on, because the Borsig is definitely the biggest threat here. Although the Hellcat is probably going to be kind of annoying. It's going to pop up at the worst possible time, if I had to guess. Let's see. Okay, there's the Borsig, and the Borsig is... Okay, yep. Yeah, Borsig could have some issues. That was definitely HE round. The thing with the Borsig is 246 pen, and you can definitely tell it's 246 pen because the gun is really, really long. You can tell the 150 from the 128 really easily because of the length of the barrel of the gun. So yeah, and he has 1 minute remaining on the game. This is an assault mode, I forgot to mention that there, so he doesn't have that much time in the game overall. He's on 7 kills right now, so he's chasing the Radley Walters, and he is absolutely devastating the enemy team. He's wrecking them so badly, and it's a Borsig right there. The Borsig is aiming this way, it looks like to me, and oh, RNG, no. The gun handling was perfect to that point. The gun handling didn't mess him up once, and then the gun handling just went nope on the last shot of the game and just totally failed him on the final shot to get the Radley Walters. Oh, that's gutting. Like, the thing is, that game overall, fucking awesome. But that last shot, oh, that kind of like spoiled it just a little bit. But that game overall was fucking epic. Like, I mean, he controlled this corner here completely, and then just won this corner with no issues whatsoever. And then he progressed down here, killed everything here except that Borsig, and that Borsig just fucked him up at the end there. And wow, RNG just decided no hard on that one there. Like, the gun handling on this tank is incredible, like, for the most part, but the occasional shot like that one will do shit like that. But yeah, that was a fucking epic game. That was a genuinely fucking amazing game. It's just a shame that I can't see what his ammo loadout and all. What, like, I would be kind of curious to know, like, what kind of ammo he was firing at certain points. If that was just all AP, which I suspect it could have been, because the AP on the Tiger 2 is good enough to pen pretty much every tank he met consistently with no real issues. But yeah, he had 3 gun marks on his tank, and yeah, you can see why right there. That was an amazing game. I'm just imagining if he had survived this game, what the XP total would have been, because I think there's a 10% XP bonus for surviving the game. So, I think I'll try and work it out. I'll try and work it out as 10% bonus, and I'll tell you how much XP it would have gotten if he had survived. But yeah, let's move on to the post-game stats of this fucking incredible game. Okay, so as you can see, this was obviously worth his tanker. High caliber, top gun, for obvious reasons. 6,600 damage done, 1,846 base XP. I think with a 10% addition onto that there, that's about 184 bonus XP, so this would have been over 2,000 XP if it had been, if he had survived the game. But that's incredible. I believe it's 10% bonus. It might be less, maybe more, I don't know. But, holy crap, that amount of damage was insane. Like bear in mind, like, that's the equivalent of killing, I think, every tier 8 tank on the enemy team. Let's see, Tiger 2, Super Pershing, T-54 prototype, the Rheinmetall Borsig. So yeah, killing the Tiger 2, the IS-3 gives you 3,100 damage. Add the T-54 first prototype to that there, that's now 1,300, so that's about 4,400. Add the Borsig to that there, that's 5,500. Right, so that's equivalent to doing pretty much killing every single tier 8 tank on the enemy team with just under 500 XP, or just under 500 damage away from doing that there. So if he had done 7,000 damage, he would have killed the equivalent of every tier 8 tank on the enemy team. So that's kind of incredible, actually. Like, that's an amazing amount of damage. Like, if you're doing that amount of damage in a tier 8 game when there's only 5 tier 8s, I think it was, in the game, that's substantial, that's gigantic, and he completely nullified that IS-3 in the beginning as well. That IS-3 didn't have a hope in hell. He pinned him in place, and he just annihilated him. That was a really, really, like, nicely timed move, and it was right down to the wire there as well, because that was an assault game. There was only 10 minutes instead of being 15, so yeah, that was a really, really, really good game. 31 shots fired, 28 hits, 22 penetrations. So I suspect there were a couple of prem rounds in there, because auto resupply ammunition was 45k. The high explosive shots are about 700 per shot, whereas the APCR shots are 1,000 a shot. So I'd guess 3 APCR rounds, because the APCR rounds on Tiger 2, I believe, are like 4,500 or 4,800. So honestly, I would say, yeah, even though, like, that doesn't take away anything from that game. That game was fucking incredible. I just don't know, like, it may have been a couple of shots at the T-54 first prototype. That's the only real place I can really think of where those would have been necessary. Or he may have just not have been carrying enough AP to just kill everything. Either one of those situations is possible. So yeah, that was a really, really good game. I don't even know how to, like, that's easily the best game on my channel right now. Like, I don't have any games that come close to that. I had one game which was 1,770 base XP, and that was in the IS-2, the Chinese IS-2, and that was just pure RNG luck that happened. So yeah, that game was pretty incredible, and I don't have anything close to that there in my games, so that's just unreal. So yeah, thanks for sending me that replay. That replay was great to watch, and that, like, it gives me a target to aim for, to, like, try and I have to try and match that or get close to it at some point. Like, none of my games come close to that so far. I think the highest XP game I have on my channel is like 1,500. and that just annihilates that. So yeah, I'm going to try and my target is now to try and come close to that there, try and get up to near your level. So right, so thanks for sending me that, as I said earlier, and as I made a video on it the other day, there's a replay address now on my channel. I should probably start putting it just in every single one of my descriptions from now on. I'm not going to go back and put in all 120 videos I have up on the channel right now. That would be ridiculous to try and do. So yeah, send me your replays. Just make sure you upload them to what replays. That's why I was able to figure out like what the issues were with these like glitches in the replay. But yeah, even with the glitches in the replay, still an amazing game. So yeah, send replays to that replay address. I'll leave it in the description. And well, to sum up, amazing game. And thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.